हेलो एंड वेलकम टू अनदर वीडियो। आज हम बात करेंगे वन ऑफ आवर मोस्ट फेवरेट प्लेसेस ऑन अर्थ एंड वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंट्रीग्ड बाई प्लेसेस ऑन अर्थ ऑल्सो, अमेजोन रेन फॉरेस्ट के बारे में। जैसे आपको पता है कि हमने लास्ट नवंबर में 4 नाइट 5 डे स्पेंड किए थे इन इक्वेडोरियन अमेजोन क्वाबेनो रिवर के ऊपर वेटा लॉज पे। तो उसके बारे में हमने 4-5 वीडियोस भी डाले, तो आप वो देख सकते हो। एंड इफ़ यू आर एवर इंट्रीग्ड बाई अमेजोन और एवर thought of planning to go to Amazon, then this video will surely help you. हमने तो इक्वेडोरियन अमेजोन गए थे, बट in this video we will cover the entire part of Amazon और बेसिकली कहाँ पे ये फॉरेस्ट है, कहाँ से आप जा सकते हो, what are the main areas, कैसे आपको चूज़ करना है कि कौन से कंट्री से विजिट करना है, एंड ऑल दिस topics. So this will be going to be a complete guide and help you plan your Amazon trip from the country of your choice. तो बट उसके पहले एक बात है कि अगर आप अमेजोन प्लान करना चाहते हो तो कीप इन माइंड दिस इज़ नॉट अफ्रीका, दिस इज़ नॉट सम अदर फॉरेस्ट इन इंडिया जहाँ पे आपको एनिमल साइटिंग्स का प्रॉबिलिटी बहुत हाई है। जैसे इंडिया में अगर हम कोई भी फॉरेस्ट पे जाते हैं, हमारा मेन गोल होता है टाइगर देखना, या अफ्रीका में जाते हैं तो हमारा मेन गोल होता है कि बिग फाइव्स देखना, एंड वो काफ़ी अच्छे से दिख भी जाता है बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रिडिक्टेबिलिटी और नोइंग वेयर टू गो काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग। बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू अमेजोन, it's never about seeing the big large wildlife, it's about seeing the landscape, it's about seeing that one of a kind junglescape जो आपको कहीं नहीं दिखेंगे, with those peculiar kind of floras and faunas, that small tarantula, that small turtle resting on a ब्रोकन ट्री, ब्रोकन ब्रांच। तो वो सारा एक अलग ही एक्सपीरियंस है, एंड इट्स ऑल अबाउट अनप्रेडिक्टेबिलिटी, एंड दैट्स एट्स द मिस्ट्री ऑफ अमेजोन। तो अगर आप अमेजोन जाना चाहते हो तो कीप दिस इन माइंड एंड देन प्लान अमेजोन। ओवरऑल अगर साइज़ का बात करें तो ऑलमोस्ट 40% ऑफ साउथ अमेरिकन लैंड मास इज़ अबाउट अमेजोन। तो आप समझ सकते हो कि कितना बिग इन्वायरमेंट है ये। फ्रॉम द ईस्टर्न स्लोप ऑफ एंडीज to the Atlantic, it span across 9 countries. 9 countries stretches through Amazon. It's including Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, Brazil, Venezuela, Costa Rica, Guyana, and there are a few more. So you can see it in full glory in across all these countries. But we will cover about mainly 3 countries which are mostly known for going to Amazon. Number 1 Brazil, number 2 Peru, and number 3 Ecuador. Ecuador तो हमारा खुद का एक्सपीरियंस है। ब्राज़ील और पेरू का we'll talk about from the secondary research or other relevant sources we got from. तो शुरू करते हैं deep dive and help you plan the one of a lifetime tour of Amazon. Let's start with the first country that comes to your mind when I say Amazon. It's Brazil. So Brazil is not only famous for football or beaches or Brazilian Rio Carnival, but it's also famous for the largest share of Amazon. 60% of entire Amazonia lies in Brazil. So anything happen politically in Brazil impacts Amazon in the biggest way. बट ब्राज़ील में अगर आपको अमेजोन जाना है तो देयर इज़ वन प्लेस दैट यू मस्ट गो, एंड ऑल्सो यू मे हैव हर्ड अबाउट ऑलरेडी, इट्स कॉल्ड मनाउस। तो मनाउस जो सिटी है वो मेन ब्राज़ील लैंड से आपको फ़्लाइट लेके जाना होता है, जैसे रियो जेनेरियो या फिर साओ पाउलो ब्राज़ीलिया जैसे सिटी से आपको डायरेक्ट फ़्लाइट मिल जाएंगे, 3-4 आवर्स का फ़्लाइट है। या फिर मियामी, मनामा सिटी और बोगोटा से भी आपको डायरेक्ट फ़्लाइट मिल जाएंगे मनाउस का। तो यू कैन नॉट गो बाई रोड, देयर इज़ नो लैंड कनेक्शन, यू हैव टू गो बाई फेरी by flying to another nearby airport, or you have to take a direct flight to Manaus. Now Manaus is the gateway of Brazilian Amazon. It's the biggest part of the Amazon. Like I said, अगर आपको Brazil Amazon देखना है तो the main thing that you need to keep in mind is the river size, and this is the only place in Amazon where you can see the entire Amazon river in its full glory. Now what I mean by full glory, अगर आपको पता है कि Amazon river go and meet in the Atlantic, but this part of Manaus is also 1600 km away from where it meets Atlantic. But यहाँ पे भी Amazon is 10 km wide, and Rio Solimos and Rio Negro, these are the 2 rivers that confluence and make the river Amazon. The beauty of this is Rio Solimos and Rio Negro both have different color, and they retain their color even after mixing. So you can see 2 different color of water in that huge size. It's a beautiful sight. But just because of the vastness of the river, there are certain downside also, which we'll talk about more when we talk about Peru and Ecuador. But अगर आप मनाउस जा रहे हो तो between minimum 3 days, maximum you can keep up to 7 to 10 days, and you can plan multiple tours. I'll give you the links of tours that Get Your Guide has, but you also book from other lodges like Dolphin, and then there are a few other lodges which provides the services. You can either stay inside a jungle lodge, you can take day tours from Manaus, or you can take a liveaboard or a multi-day cruise. So you can choose any one of them, but enjoy the Amazon to its full glory, at least the river, when you plan Brazil. The second biggest part of Amazon, or the second biggest country that covers Amazon, is Peru. Now, अगर आप पेरू जाना चाहते हो तो let me tell you, there are two main gateways of Amazon. One is Puerto Maldonado and the other is Iquitos. So both of these are very easily connected from cities like Lima or Cusco, जो मेरे पेरू का मेन एयरपोर्ट्स है. Lima is the capital of Peru, तो वहाँ से आपको इजीली फ्लाइट मिल जाएंगे ये सारी जगह के लिए. And Puerto Maldonado से there are very affordable tours, very easily accessible tours that you can get. One main reserve, that is Tambopata National Park. So वहाँ पे आप जा सकते हो. It's a beautiful forest, and the best part of Tambopata National Reserve is the clay lakes. It's one of the largest clay lakes they have in that reserve, and you can see early morning time, you can see thousands of parrots, parakeets, macaws come to this place, and it's a beautiful sight because these birds are immensely colorful, beautiful, and you will see them all coming for the salt clay lake. And since it has the largest clay lake, you will see all that. Also, the other part is from Puerto Maldonado. It's you can see two rivers, Madre Dios and Tampobata River. Here I would like to talk about this great guy, Paul Rosoli, whose book we read just before going to Amazon, and it is one of such a book which I finished almost in 3 to 4 days. It's an amazing book and shows how from a guy from US settled inside Amazon, ventured deep inside Amazon, and talks so deeply and passionately about Amazon. If you love reading a book on Amazon, this is the must read, and it's all around the Peruvian Amazon, and it's a beautiful read. So अगर आपको easy affordable tour लेना है Amazon का, Puerto Maldonado is the best place, and Madre Dios और Tampobata National Park, Tampobata River के ऊपर ये पूरा area can be your choice. And again, here also you can do multi-day cruise, you can do small day tours, or you can choose a lodge which is inside the jungle. Again, 3 days to 7 days is the range you should keep. The other part, Iquitos. Iquitos is a larger city than Puerto Maldonado. It's also another gateway of Peruvian Amazon. It's towards the eastern side of the country. Now, the good part of Iquitos is it gives you access to Pacaya Samira National Park. It's one of the most beautiful national park in Amazon, and also the best part is if you want to do a multi-day cruise in Amazon, you should choose Iquitos over any other places. Here you get the most diverse range of multi-day cruises, or commonly known as vessels. सारे luxurious vessels से लेके normal vessels भी आपको मिल जाएंगे. So obviously आप reserve के अंदर तो जितना जाना है उतना जा सकते हो, but also you can access more अनटच्ड एरियाज जो आप कोई भी एक लॉज में बेस करके नहीं घूम सकते. तो अगर आपको वेसल में टूर लेना है तो दिस इज़ द बेस्ट प्लेस, एंड वेसल्स आर लग्जरियस, कंफर्टेबल, सो यू कैन चूज बिटवीन आइदर इक्विटोस और पुएर्टो माल्डोनाडो, एनी वन ऑफ देम. पेरू फॉर easy accessibility and affordability of Amazon. Now the third part of exploring Amazon is basically the country that we visited already. It's Ecuador. Now Ecuador as a country obviously has much smaller share of Amazon compared to Brazil and Peru, but let me tell you, this is one of the most biodiverse place in the entire Amazon. The challenge with Brazilian Amazon is because of the sheer size of the river, you cannot get to the sides of it very easily, and you cannot explore the narrow tributaries of Amazon. Now here in Ecuador there are two main rivers, Napo and Cuabeno. And both on this, on Napo you have Yasuni National Park, which is the most biodiverse places possibly on earth, and then you have on Cuabeno River you have Cuabeno National Park, where we stayed on the Veta Lodge. But both of these gives you an amazing biodiversity and huge spectrum of flora and fauna. And here the river, unlike Brazil, is not so wide, so you start on a larger river, but slowly once you go closer to the lodge, which is typically 2 to 3 hours boat ride away from the starting point of your river journey, is basically inside a tributary, or there are oxbow lakes, there are beautiful forests all around. And because of the narrow tributary, unlike Brazil, you will get to see a lot of animal, or a lot of monkeys, lot of caimans, lot of other set of animals who loves to stay deep inside Amazon, which is in our opinion a bit difficult when you go on a Brazil Amazon tour because of the size of the river. So compared to that, if you think Ecuador can be a choice, and if you have the budget, please choose Yasuni National Park over anything else. That's possibly the best. We did not want to spend that much. It's possibly cost you 2 times than visiting Cuabeno National Park. Cuabeno is also very beautiful, you have seen in our videos, but Yasuni is more remote and gives you more secluded, isolated, deep inside Amazon wala feel. You can choose such a lodge, which is also very good, or if you are going to Cuabeno, you can anyway choose the best Weta lodge and the best guide ever we had. So this is about Ecuador, and you can reach both these places by taking a small flight, hardly a 1 hour flight from the capital city of Quito, or you can take a bus ride like we took from Quito to Lago Agiro, and from there they take you to a van to the starting point of the river, and from there you go 3 hours upstream. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Now you know the 3 places, Brazil, Ecuador and Peru, all their pros and cons. Now let me summarize. You choose Brazil if you want to see the sheer size of Amazon river, the giant water lilies, and actually want to see the Amazon river. You choose Peru if you want to make it more accessible and cost effective, and you choose Ecuador if you want to see the most biodiverse places also in a cost effective manner. So Ecuador is an all-rounder, but again you can choose any between Peru and Ecuador, or you can choose Brazil if you see the river. Now what's the time to go to Amazon? Now there are 2 main seasons in Amazon. Since it's rainforest, it's going to rain throughout the year, but even based on the magnitude of rainfall, there are 2 main seasons. January to June or July is called the wet season, where the rainfall is higher. What does it mean? It means you will get higher rainfall, water levels are higher. The good part is you can able to access more narrower tributaries, more deeper inside the Amazon, but since the beaches are flooded, you may not be able to get down into the beach, which we have done in Ecuador, and go to the river from the beach. Also, the other part is, since it rains more, it gets cooler, and that's where you have more mosquitoes. So you should carry more mosquito repellents, because that's absolutely necessary in this time. What happens in between July to December is the rainfalls are lesser. It's not it stopped, it's lesser. We have got rainfall in 2 out of 4 days we were in Amazon, or 3 out of 4 days we are in Amazon. This time the temperature is warmer, the mosquitoes are less, the water levels are lesser, so you can see animals around the shores. But also, since the water level are lesser, you may not be able to go very deep or access tributaries which are less accessible because of the water. Also, the other part is, if it does not rain for a longer period of time, it gets really humid, and if it gets humid and very warm, the animals also tend to be hidden and not very active, and chances of seeing animals are also less. So you can choose between all of this. We went in November and we had a very good time, but yeah, it was hot without rain, but we got also rain. So that's about choosing a particular season in Amazon. The last part, if you are planning from India, Brazil, you need a visa. Even if you have a US visa, it does not matter. You still need to get a Brazilian visa. You possibly have to visit Delhi embassy. First, drop an email to Brazilian embassy and get the process. Mostly you have to go to Delhi embassy to get the sticker visa. For Peru, the good part is, if you have a US visa, it's basically on arrival, or if you have a long-term Schengen visa, it's on arrival visa. So it's make Puerto Maldonado or Iquitos more easily accessible for you if you have any one of them. Otherwise, Peru visa is also needs to visit an embassy if you don't have US visa or long-term Schengen visa. For Ecuador, it's like Brazil. Your US visa or Schengen visa does not matter. You have to go through a somewhat rigid documentation process. We have given a very detailed video on how to get an Ecuador visa. It's a little document heavy process and a step-by-step process you need to follow. So head to that video if you want to visit Ecuador, and that's how you can get an Ecuador visa. That's about it in a nutshell. Just to give you a cost breakup, obviously can vary based on your experience, based on the lodge you choose, based on the cruise you choose. For us in Veta Lodge, it was something around $370 per person for 4 nights 5 days. That was our cost, but the cost can change as we speak. Iasuni is typically double, and you can expect tours from Puerto Maldonado in Peru is similar to what we spent in Cuabeno. And Brazil, we don't have much idea. I will give you the link of Get Your Guide links, and you can choose tours from there. So that's the cost range we are talking about. Hope you had a great time in Amazon. Choose your country, choose your location, choose your type of lodge, and choose your type of activity, whether it's a lodge or a cruise. These are the 4-5 choices you have to make in Amazon. Hope you had a really great time, and we will give you a packing guide. I will not elongate the video by talking about the packing guides that you need to do. This is a list of things I'll give you in the description box, and you can go through them. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Have a good day. Thank you.